I unfortunately agree with Colton. I think the Tigers are going to sweep the Razorbacks in the season series.
10 seconds to go. Dennis Gates says don't foul. The crowd's on its feet, and Arkansas is going to win the game. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. That is it. Arkansas has beat Missouri 92-85.
We see one of the best atmospheres of the year.
No.
Can I just tell the fans how much I appreciate what you did for this team today? And
that was a very enjoyable game, and I appreciate it.
If we don't finish 500, I think we still will make the tournament.
Shout out to the Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush.
An apology is in order on myself for doubting this basketball team, doubting Razorback Nation, as they proved me wrong twice on Saturday night, as Arkansas gets a massive win against the Missouri Tigers this weekend. Missouri does not sweep this series. You hope you're sweeping Texas on Wednesday night. Arkansas had one of the best shooting performances of the season. John L. and Big Z combined for 38 points. Good to see them bounce back after game against Auburn earlier this past week. So encouraging for this Arkansas Razorback basketball team as now they hopefully get a stretch going here at the tail end of the season. 4 games remain. We'll see if they can get their first 3-game winning streak since December.
So you were wrong about the crowd.
Yeah, I was wrong about the crowd, wrong about the team, wrong about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I usually am. And as you can see, a little self-reflectance this morning, self-reflection this morning, as you can tell by our open. I was like, I got to find that clip because I was wrong about this, wrong about that, and I was getting chastised on Twitter a little bit. But, again, trying to make amends here this morning, direct all the hate, direct all the vitriol at me because I deserve it, and now this basketball team has a stretch down, like, when you look at their 4 games, so just comparative speaking, it's Hot Take Monday brought to you by Wheels RV. By the way, Arkansas down the stretch from a scheduling standpoint gets Texas, South Carolina, Vanderbilt, and Mississippi State. Just to put this in perspective versus other teams, Auburn, the best team in the conference, has a ranked Ole Miss squad, a ranked Kentucky squad, a ranked A&M squad, and they close against Alabama. Your final 4 games might be the easiest of anyone in the conference down the stretch.
I don't think anything's easy in this league. All right, Hot Take Monday brought to you by Wheels RV, the #1 fifth-wheel dealer in Arkansas. Right now, employee pricing is back, but only through the end of this month, so you have a few more days till the end of the week to enjoy huge savings on the best selection of new and used RVs and some 2025 models that all have employee pricing. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV during this sale as well. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV, 5 miles west of Exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
Let's start with Big Z. So got a chance to listen to him after the game, and I thought he was pretty straightforward.
I miss everything against Auburn. So what? Our team still depends on me. You know, they need me. You know, I need everybody there with me to support me.
Ends up going 6 for 8 in this game. Like I said, dropped 20 points. Him and John L. had a really good game. They were the ones in the press conference after. And Arkansas has gotten a surge of offense from him recently. Again, bad game against Auburn, bounced back. And Cal said, yeah, I didn't really have to say anything to him. Big Z kind of did his own thing and ended up getting back. And when they're never going to be like just this incredible 3-point shooting team. They go 6 for 18 for 30-something%, but you got to have something against the opposing defense. And they had it. Him and John L., again, were the majority of the 3-point shots. Carter, I guess, knocked down 1 or 2 in this game, but ended up shooting from the field, Tommy, 55%. Scored 92 points. We talked about the 90 team last week leading up to their announcement during halftime, which they averaged like 95 a game. So they pretty much got close to where the team averaged back in the 90s.
Yeah, and, you know, to hold Missouri to 85 doesn't sound like a great job, but it actually is a pretty good job. And I think defensively this team has probably not gotten as much credit because their record doesn't reflect it. But defensively, this team is really becoming, I think, one of the better defensive squads in the SEC.
Yeah, no question. Rebounding still an issue. I think they were out rebounded by 7 or so in this basketball game, so that's going to continue to be that. But when you look at percentages where Arkansas stacks up in blocks, 4th in the conference, effective field goal percentage, they're one of the tops in the league, at least on defense, not on offense. So they continue to get better, and you just hope that ends up being the case. Colton, who we got on line 1? think it went away.
That's JR and Shady Grove.
JR's in Shady Grove this morning. JR, welcome into the Morning Rush. Go ahead.
Got you guys this morning, first thing.
Yep.
So, hey, Tommy, you're official, ain't you?
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. This thing with no traveling calls in college, is this going to creep into the high school ranks too? I mean, I know Arkansas players do it. Everybody does it. So what's going on with that? Is this something just going to creep in and take over?
I can't speak to how it's going to be in every high school game, but there has been a move in the last 2 to 3 seasons that, you don't want to get involved in traveling calls that are tic-tac, that are very marginal, I guess might be the better way to phrase it. The traveling calls that you see now in college basketball, if they're called, they're obvious from the top row. So, yeah, and I think that's great because it's hard to be consistent the other way. So it's a good question, JR. I don't think that was a big part of the other night, but fans think they know what traveling is from the upper deck, and it's hard to see on the floor, much less from there. So you're trying to get the obvious.
They don't call carrying or palming or whatever you want to call it anymore,
or any of these other things that fans scream for.
They're just calls that aren't made on the regular. So when you do see it or you see it regularly, it seems pretty obvious when it's not necessarily the case. All right, so the basketball team won this weekend. So did the baseball team. They won 2-3, and that is our opening drive this morning.
The pitch. He struck him out swinging. The fastball ends it. This one belongs to the Razorbacks. 2-1 victory. TCU leaves the go-ahead runs in scoring position in the 9th inning. No runs, 1 base hit, 1 error, and 2 stranded. 2-1 pitch. Aloy drives it the other way down the right field line. If it's fair, it could get out of here. It's off the fair pole.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
Love how Phil snuck in fair pole there, but it went good in Dallas, Arlington, whatever you want to call it this weekend, as Arkansas took 2 of 3 games over Big 12 and Big 10 competition, defeating the Michigan Wolverines, a game that they were up 8-1 and ended up getting the win 8-6 over the weekend. You won a tight one on Saturday, and then you lost a close one on Friday night as well. Some of the guys that stood out, the Aloy brothers, I know that Arkansas baseball made sure to push this. They went 8 of 16 this weekend. 6 RBIs, 5 runs, 3 home runs between the 2 brothers. It's only been like 6 brothers. I think Elias Sports Bureau had it. 6 brothers in the history of the MLB that have hit home runs in the same game, which was kind of unique for both those guys on Friday night. Pitching was good for the majority of the weekend, especially Friday and Saturday. You gave up a few runs down the stretch in that game against Michigan, but you still ended up getting the win. But you kind of like we said, you took 2 or 3, and now you get a Grambling State team tomorrow at 3 o'clock at Baum-Walker Stadium.
Clay was there. We're going to talk to Clay in just a second. My buddy Connor texted me when that was going on. He called it the Hawaiian Haymaker.
Hawaiian Haymaker.
Now, Phil, I don't know if Phil's listening, but maybe that's what Phil should work into the call the next time the Aloys hit a home run, right? The Hawaiian Haymaker.
I like it. I
like it too.
In Bud Walton Arena on Saturday night, our buddy Phil Carr at Shangri-La Lodge was watching the game while at the same time he had his headphones on and was listening to Phil and Bubba. So you had, again, watching what's going on against the Missouri Tigers at Bud Walton Arena and also listening to that to the game in Glow Life on Saturday night, which was interesting. And I saw him and I saw some other people wearing headphones and headsets at Bud Walton, and I can only assume that that's what they were doing as well. They were watching the basketball game and then taking in the baseball game as well. So I just thought that was kind of a unique thing on Saturday night.
Maybe that's what some of them were doing, but just, good to see them win. They won 2 of 3, kind of like we thought down there over the weekend, and jumped out on Michigan early, and like I said, had to hang on for dear life to get that one. But winners of 2, and Kansas State kind of won the weekend, and their record wasn't great going into that weekend at like 1-4. So, interesting how things can turn out the way they did.
Conference play begins the same weekend as the SEC tournament. Ole Miss is on the road. You won't get a home conference game until the Gamecocks come in here on the 21st. So you've got Grambling on Tuesday and then Charlotte this weekend. So that's kind of your baseball setup here for the next few days. All right, that is your opening drive this morning, brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Actually saw Ethan yesterday. Ethan does a fantastic job when it comes to questions that you have about housing, when it comes to refinancing. He can answer them all. 479-782-9300 is his number. He spent 13 plus years with First Financial Mortgage, and they have only over 90 years in the mortgage experience. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender, and online at ffb1.com. You mentioned Clay being there. Clay, what was your experience like this weekend at Globe Life?
Well, it was great. Daughter Sarah joined me, and we stayed at the Omni at Las Colinas and had a great weekend. And I found an Orvis store. I think there's 4 Orvis stores in the Metroplex, and we found one on Preston Road, and so that was good. I will say there were a lot of phones plugged into the basketball broadcast TV version. In other words, people were streaming. The Wi-Fi in a Major League Baseball park is really good, and so you could stream basketball and stay up with it. So that was going on, in the section we were sitting in Saturday night, and that was fun. So they announced attendance at 17,000, and I would say 10 to 12,000 were in red. And so you had, great experience as far as that game Saturday night. And the home run, the pinch hit home run that Kahio Aloy hit Saturday night that, proved to be the difference, a 2-run double. He hit one the night before that had an exit velocity of 110, and then he hit and that ball went 440, and it was a line drive that landed in the up, the second tier of seats, and it got out in about 1 second. I mean, he hit it, and it was the next thing you knew, it was in the seats, just a line drive. And he hit another one. Let's see, there was one. The line drive home run was 114 exit velocity, and then the double off the base of the wall, which never got above the top of the wall, was just the same kind of stroke, was at 110. So that's pretty high. That's like, Rory McIlroy clubhead speed, and when it goes that fast. But it was, it was a good weekend. The only downer was, yesterday when after, 2 innings that Gage Wood had to come out with shoulder discomfort. So you worry about that. But he threw about 20 pitches at 96, and, you just, you hate to see a guy, The worst look in baseball is a pitcher walking off the mound and he's got a trainer on one arm and the head coach on the other. It's just not a good look.
Yeah.
So
because he had it rolling there for a little bit, and
2 innings. Yeah, he came out through. I think he threw either 1 or 2 pitches to warm up and then motion for the trainer.
Yeah,
so.
Gave up the run in the first. I was listening yesterday.
That was an unearned run.
And it was I'll say, and that was off of an error. Then Arkansas got 2 back in the next half inning, and then like you said, it wasn't long, and Phil's coming back from the third, and he's leaving the mound.
Yeah, he's leaving the mound up 4-1. That's a tough way to go. But we had a great time. It was interesting we moved around, it's open seating. There's a few reserved seats right behind the dugouts, but basically you can go anywhere you want except up in the, the nosebleed, up in the Bob Uecker seats you're kind of closed off. But we were sitting in 2 purple-clad folks sat down beside us Saturday night, and it turned out that the lady was worked in the athletic department at TCU, and her husband, had played baseball there, and so we got to visit with them, and their respect for the Arkansas program and Dave Van Horn was really, to hear the perspective of what they thought of the Arkansas program as far as baseball goes. It was meaningful.
Well, here's what Dave thought about his team this weekend and just how they played.
We played 2 nail biters. Didn't play great on Friday and didn't win. Played pretty good yesterday. Just didn't make any mistakes. We won. And today, it looked like we played till midnight, got up early and played again, honestly. And, a little sloppy. We're a lot better than that. But I did like the approach of 3 or 4 of our hitters. We just got to get some guys going. And I think we're going to play at home for a while before we go on the road to conference play. And things figured out.
So that's, again, trying to get ready for conference play here in less than a month. Again, you open up against Ole Miss on the road for that initial setup. Now, Clay, you were talking about the streaming. Did you and Sarah also have your phones up? Were you guys kind of simultaneously watching what was going on in the basketball game?
Well, the people right next to us had their phone, and we were watching that. And Sarah did have her down at crunch time. We had the basketball game on, so yeah, we were able to do that. And it's that's a unique experience, is to have two games going at once. And I'm sure there were a lot of people in Globe Life Field that were. You'd hear kind of a little roar, you'd look over there, it's like, well, somebody just made a three. That's exactly what happened. So it was, kind of a dead spot in baseball. Well, something must have just happened in basketball.
I think you alluded to the attendance earlier, slightly under 18,000, second highest attendance in that ballpark for a college baseball game, only second to the TCU game last year, I believe.
Yeah, so we were at both games. We were at the TCU game, and I'll tell you, we came into the park for that game, and they didn't ask us for tickets. We went through the metal detectors, and they didn't scan us.
You just went.
And there were like 15 people in front of us, and they went too. And I think the lady that was scanning tickets just forgot. They were just all caught up in. So I think the attendance was quite a bit larger than last year, in just the look of what was in the stands.
Sounds like Little Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little Rock, they literally just let.
Well, they were just trying to let
wave
people in.
Yeah, they just let people in.
Yeah, as long as if you weren't carrying a gun, you got in.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow the Hogs are back in action. Looking here at the Bet Saracen app, Grambling coming in. Arkansas's minus 1,000. There's no run line right now on the game as of yet, but Arkansas minus 1,000, Grambling State plus 600. First midweek series, if you will, Clay, as Grambling's coming to town.
Yeah, they need to get some at bats. You can tell that they've got some rust, and they didn't get to practice outside last week, and I think that was a problem for you can practice in that indoor facility, but there's no dirt infield. It's all turf, so they need to get some work outside, and this is going to be a good week for that. I like their team. They got a lot of new players, and that's the good thing about.
Did you have your program with you, Clay? Did you have your program with you?
They've got that huge. Yeah, well, your program is your phone, and we were bouncing around the website reading, the factoids about each player, and Sarah was doing the same thing, and we're trying to learn them. They've got that massive video board, and they show the face and the hometown and the information up there, so you're learning it as you go. And I think that's the way a lot of people were. There were a lot of questions to me. As soon as somebody figures out, they listen to my voice and figure out who I am, I'm going to be peppered with questions. In fact, every once in a while was like, we're going to get popcorn. Well, then we just move to another section. We just want to be left alone.
Just want to watch the game in peace.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Bet Saracen app. They also have the Arkansas tournament odds to make it or not make it. Arkansas right now minus 105 to make the NCAA tournament. Again, 4 games remain for the Razorbacks regular season. You'll play at least one conference tournament game in Nashville, hopefully more than that, sitting at 5-9 in play. And guys, they have, I guess I alluded to this earlier, you haven't won 3 straight games since December. But with your home game Wednesday night against Texas and South Carolina, I think it's entirely possible to put together a 3-game win streak based on these next 2 games.
Yeah, and I would imagine even with the 8 o'clock start, even though it's a weeknight, going to be a full crowd. Maybe not as big as Saturday because it's not Saturday, but tickets available that are out there at SeatGeek.com, the official resale marketplace of the Razorbacks. There's also the Texas aspect, Clay. We just got to enjoy the 89-90 team being in here over the weekend. I remember some big wins over Tom Pender's Longhorns in that stretch as well.
Yeah, didn't they beat Texas 3 times that year?
And
there's no better experience than to beat them in conference tournaments or NCAA tournaments. When everything is on the line, and to beat them, I did see something interesting. They're showing people in the stands, and they did a tight shot of a little guy in the stands, and he did the downward hook'ems. It's like, they're not playing Texas, and he's like, Sarah's like, let him do it.
There was, speaking of that, Clay, there was a not an incident, but an occurrence during one of the games this weekend. I'm forgetting which one. I think it was Friday night, actually, where this guy who was wearing Texas apparel caught a foul ball or a home run of the sort, and he like showed it to this Arkansas girl, and she immediately just did the horns down just like that. So I thought that was pretty funny. Texas did lose this weekend, by the way, in basketball. They lost to South Carolina. Gamecocks get their first SEC win of the season, so that's good. Some big wins in the SEC, including like Tennessee going to Texas A&M. Bama bounced back and beat Kentucky. Some notable games in the SEC this weekend in terms of what shakes out. Arkansas right now is 11th in the conference. That win this weekend gave you your fourth quad one win. Joe Lunardi has you in his last four in right now, so things on the brighter side after that when you really needed this weekend.
It's right there for the taking.
Yes, it is.
It is, they win games, they're in. And every game is meaningful. They're all quad one. And even South Carolina, that's a road victory that they can get. And, I mean, that won't be easy. And neither will, Texas will, they've got solid players. I mean, I love their freshman guard. And, the key thing is, what is the health of Tiro? Is his back okay?
Big question.
Do we know that?
Nah, he said it was his back after the game. That was the extent of what Cal said.
All right, special day of racing coming up today at Oaklawn. So I know several people that are headed there today after a big day yesterday. If you haven't downloaded the Oaklawn Anywhere app, do that now. Use the promo code RUSH25. You earn points that you can use for cash back on all the wagers you place. Plus, you get free help with the races with handicaps and past performances you can use as well. And you can make all your wagers right there, and you can watch the races no matter where you're at as well. That's the Oaklawn Anywhere app, racing today at Oaklawn. Be sure and use the promo code RUSH25 for your $150 sign-up bonus with the Oaklawn Anywhere app.
Thought Cal said some insightful things after the game. We'll get to that coming up.
You're listening to the Morning Rush on a Hot Take Monday, presented by Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time. It's baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
What about the crowd today? Like, they were really amazing today.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at greatamericanconference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
To $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
But the leading scorer in the history of this school, and they have great pride that they went to school here and what this is about. I'm so happy you did that for them, to let them see.
That was John Calipari in the locker room after the game, congratulating his team on the win, and the guys from the 90 Final Four team got to witness it firsthand. Cool moment for all the guys involved, the coaches, the players, student managers, whatever else. It was funny, guys. So a lot of the team was sitting right next to the media section, so I got a chance to talk with Daryl Hawkins before the game. Todd Day and his either daughters or granddaughters ended up sitting like at the last seat on the media row. So just a cool moment for them, and Cal made sure to give them multiple shout-outs both in the media session and with Z and Chuck after the game, Clay.
Yeah, it's cool to have those guys around. Sad that Lee Mayberry wasn't able to come. I don't think Big O's there. Big O's, kind of fighting some illness. Mm-hmm. And Lee is coach at Cassia Hall in Tulsa, and they were in, I guess, the regional tournament. They played Saturday, so he couldn't come. He was sad, and, I think he's talked with a lot of those guys this week to make sure they knew, his thoughts were going to be with them. I'm going to try to catch up with Lee later this week and talk to him about that team. You just keep reminding everybody that, Bud Walton Arena, the reason why it exists is because of that team and the excitement that Final Four team built in 90, and then they were good again in 91, that it was, there weren't enough seats in Barnhill. And, Mr. Bud Walton, hey, you guys need to build it and I'll pay for it. But it was the excitement of that team that really was the magic behind building that arena.
And speaking of remembering that team, I know that Cal's been pretty vocal on how he feels about that.
Hawk was at the shoot-around. Most of them were here at our shoot-around. Hawk gave an inspirational, aggressive talk. Hunter and I have talked. We got to get some numbers retired here. I'm looking around. Where are all the numbers? Because do you understand the history of this program? I do. And you know what the history is of all these programs? The players. It's about them. And that's why I keep coming back to, I love it that they're here. The guys that are part of this program, they never go away. They honored that team. I think it's a great gesture, but we got more to do.
So we've heard him say that before. I don't know what the timeline of that looks like, but Clay, it sounds like there's some traction to this topic when it comes to putting some jerseys up in the rafters. And Tommy, I know we've talked, like, the amount of players in North Carolina, like in Chapel Hill, they're more than Fayetteville. But when you walk into the Dean Dome, and I got a chance to do this when we were in Chapel Hill for the Super Regional, it is insane. It's an intimidation factor. And I don't know if you necessarily have to retire every jersey number that you put up.
Well, just because you read my next thought, which was you could put Todd Day up there along with Ron Brewer, and that number doesn't have to go away. Now, one thing college basketball has done to give a little more freedom to completely retire a number is now, it used to be only digits 1 through 5 were used. Now you can have a number 8, as you've seen the last year or so. You can have number 66, if you will. So they've opened up a lot more numbers. But
yep,
I'm with you. You could put Todd Day up in the rafters and still have the number available, and I'm okay with that.
So the honoring of teams is and the same thing goes with football. We haven't done anything to honor football players in the stadium, other than if you go underneath the stands, you can see a little kiosk here or there, but there's no place out in the stadium like you see an NFL stadium where they, a ring of honor, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I've seen it at other top end programs where they do that. We've honored the 1964 team about 10 times, the national champs, and we're going to honor the 94 team, every 5-10 years. I get that. But there's so many other great basketball teams at Arkansas that, Final Four teams, conference championship teams, and they need to be honored too. And, the fans like it. There's no downside to any of this. There's no reason not to, other than laziness on the part of the administration. It's work, and there's expense to all this, but it is what the fans want. Obviously, you've got a head coach that is very close to his former players. He gets it. He wants to be close to these former players that played for Coach Sutton and played for Coach Richardson. And what do you think it makes Coach Richardson feel when he has that? I mean, he was just beaming from ear to ear. Yeah, so, anything we can do to make that man happy is worthwhile.
All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Well, while we're on the topic of basketball and postseason basketball, the Great American Conference. Now, Clay, you probably know a lot of these schools back from the old AIC days, but the Great American Conference is coming to Fort Smith March 6th through the 9th, as they'll have the men's and women's championships to see who will earn the automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Teams that we're all familiar with, like Ouachita and Henderson and Harding Academy, or Harding University, which is next door to Harding Academy, all will be a part of these championships. For ticket information and more information on the event, see the brackets and more as they start to fill out. This is their last week of regular season play. Go to greatamericanconference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School in Fort Smith, America.
More Morning Rush Daily Question coming up in just a bit. We got a Clay story you got to hear.
It's Hot Take Monday on the Morning Rush. Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
I've been wrong before. 1978, I think it was.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. How about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio.
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at WheelerPowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Try to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Hey, Ty Richardson for JamMart. JamMart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. JamMart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero JamMart locations. And stop by any of the 6 JamMart locations in the area. JamMart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
I know a lot of you probably didn't see the baseball team. You heard some of the baseball teams. Some of you signed up for Flow Sports this weekend. But now that we're, 7 games? 4 and 7 games in to the regular season, players, your opinions changed? Have they shifted any? That's kind of a Morning Rush Daily question. Do you feel any different about the baseball team than you did going into the year after seeing 7 games?
No, I think they're pretty good. I think the pitching is strong, and I think that's going to carry them. And I think they're still trying to mix and match, positions to. In other words, how do you get Kahio Aloy in the lineup more? Well, he doesn't have a position. And you got Logan Maxwell. Did I get the first name right? From transfer from TCU. You got him as the DH, power hitting, left-handed hitter. So where do you play Kahio? Do you use him as a pinch hitter? I think he's too valuable for that. But got to, he was a DH. He came to BYU as a pitcher, so he hasn't played a position. He was a DH there, and you got a DH that you like from the left side. So I think that's the question that I have, how you're going to get more at-bats for Kahio, because I think Aaron Rodgers or I think that may be who was there for D1 baseball. In
Kendall Rogers.
Maybe Kendall Rogers, Aaron Fitt. I get those guys confused. It's like you can't have enough Aloys in the lineup. Right, that's his overarching theme for this Arkansas.
Because the other
team.
one's at BYU? Is that right?
No, he transferred from BYU.
No, you got both of them.
Why? I'm thinking there's a third one. Maybe I'm.
You got
I don't know about a third one.
Were you thinking of Sousa? That kind of
so you got 2 Aloys, and do you how many at bats can you get for those guys?
Right.
How you got you got the shortstop batting number 2, and you want him high up in the lineup so he gets as many at bats. But those are your best 2 hitters. It looks like to me. The best pop in the bat, and my thinking is the nickname for them is Hawaiian Punch.
All right, so we got Hawaiian Punch,
Hawaiian Haymaker,
and then we got Hawaiian Hammer. Is Jason Marshall texting? So several to choose from.
Can they both get to 25 homers, and we can call them Hawaii 5-0?
But it's, I like it. There you go.
I like that.
Well, the way to get them to 25 homers is to have everybody hitting around them, where you can't pitch around them, because that's what's going to happen if you don't you get more solid hitting around either side of them, because you can't walk them.
Yeah, I heard Phil say something in yesterday's broadcast that stood out to me. That was there was a it's the second. I think it's the second inning. Arkansas hit a double, and that was their 18th double so far of the season. This is a doubles hitting team. I don't know if there was one or two more, but Clay, clearly this is a team that can hit for power, hit in the alleys, and then not only to do that, do you have to hit with some power, but you got to have some speed. So this is a team with some base running ability as well.
I think they're more athletic, to your point, yeah, Tommy, and I think it's a good, solid team, and I've seen them anywhere from third to fifth in the polls, and I think that's you're going to have this is going to be a fun team to watch. They've got a lot of depth in their pitching staff, and they may have more depth in their hitting too.
I would say the encouraging things, like for what you've seen from your pitching, thought Root was great on Saturday. You've seen some guys come out of the bullpen, like Bottle Cheese, for example. Clay, he started the weekend before against State, comes in the bullpen, pitches 2 2/3. There's guys you saw Fisher for the first time, I guess, this weekend, and countless others that you're excited about. If you want to look on the pessimistic side, glass half empty, it's the hitting. You got away with one on Saturday, and when you weren't hitting the baseball because your pitching was so good. I know Aloy's been really good through the first part of the season, which is the complete opposite of last year, but there's still like my thing is I look around the SEC and I see batting averages, and not just the beginning of the season, but the end of the season and postseason and stuff. And that's been a struggle. You haven't gotten bounced in postseason because you're pitching. You've gotten bounced.
I think you got to really look at who you're playing, and if you're playing, Eastern Illinois, your numbers are going to be great. But you played Washington State, and I think that traditionally is a strong program from the West Coast. They've been in the NCAA tournament. They're not a Pac-12 team. They're playing. They're playing in a weaker conference, but that's traditionally a really strong team. So 4 games against them, and then you played the first 2 games of this tournament, TCU and Kansas State, and they're loaded with pitching. I mean, you see. So if you're just looking at the numbers, then you don't get it. If you're looking at this guy's throwing 97, this guy's throwing 96, this guy's throwing 97. In Kansas State and TCU tried it out. Guys, they're all going to be drafted, the guys they were pitching against. So that serves you well because you're playing against the kind of pitching that's going to get you ready.
Yeah.
So if you play against teams that you can hit 5 home runs, a game, that doesn't tell you anything, and it's fool's gold. You need to test yourself. There are people that were questioning to me is like, well, who's this Tate McGuire, and why did he pitch in these high leverage situations? Well, they want to find out, and you don't find out by pitching the 8th inning against Grambling. You find out about it pitching the 8th inning against Kansas State, or the 8th inning against Michigan. Might be really good. They won some games in Puerto Rico. There's a reason why, they spent money on baseball. They loaded up with NIL. So I'm impressed with what they have, and don't look at batting averages until you see more. You have a bigger sample size, and you can play your first 7 games against cream puffs, and you don't know anything. So I don't think there's any point that you can say now this batting average compares to that batting. Like what did Tennessee do against their competition? Well, it's about who you play.
All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Clay and Sarah got to take it in a few weeks. It's back, and it's an awesome time for whether you're just going to practice like Clay was or that you want to go play a course, 18 holes. You can do that at Cart Pass Social. Check them out online at cartpasssocial.com. Professional grade, best golf indoor facility in all of Arkansas at Cart Pass Social. Don't have to wear golf attire. They've got hole-in-one contests, league play, and more. And actually, they're doing this thing, getting ready for Augusta here in a few weeks, that you need to come check out. Check out their social media on Instagram and Facebook. Again, Cart Pass Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, 479-487-3622. It is BYOB at Cart Path Social. Now, back to Dallas this weekend. Clay, you had an interesting, not meet and greet necessarily, but you were kind of perusing the SMU campus, and I didn't know you were a Gucci store frequenteer, but you saw someone that popped out of the Gucci store, which a lot of our audience knows.
We were birthday shopping, to be honest, and we were in the, I guess they call it the North Park Mall, Northwoods. I don't know. It's over just off Mockingbird. And it's got a lot of high dollar stores in there, which we didn't go in any of those. We went in Williams-Sonoma, and I bought an attachment for my KitchenAid mixer. It's a meat grinder. I want to be able to, I've been throwing away some really good cuts off of my brisket, when I cook, the thin cuts. So I want to be able to turn those into hamburger meat. And we were coming out of there, and the Gucci store is right next door to it. And here walks Lane Kiffin, and he's got sacks full of stuff. And do you know what?
Probably things off the clearance rack, right? He probably was bargain shopping.
I think he was probably got one of those purses that go for $3,000. I don't know who was with him. It was a tall, slender blonde. It could have been his.
He wasn't attractive, was she?
It could have been. It was.
That narrowed it.
They make for a striking couple.
That
that
narrows it down to 3 people: his ex-wife Layla, his potential ex-girlfriend, or his daughter Landry. So that narrows it down to literally 3 people.
I think his ex-girlfriend is like in charge of fundraising at SMU. So you can say, well, she's visiting her. I don't know. If you're in Oxford and you want to go shopping and your wife wants to go to Gucci, well, then you got to go to Dallas, right? Get one of those net jets and just hop down there for the weekend.
I had a buddy.
I did not bother him. Not say hi. Didn't say, how's your NIL going? I didn't do any of that kind of stuff. But it was interesting to see. But he was loaded down with sacks.
Jeez, let me tell you the selfless thing one of my friends did. So Vegas, when Arkansas was in the NCAA tournament taking on Gonzaga, he ends up winning about $2,500 at the blackjack table. And he proceeds to take his earnings, take his winnings, and buy his wife one of those extravagant purses that you talk about. Because in Vegas, there's Gucci stores and all those fancy schmancy places all over the place. And instead of just hoarding it and taking it for himself and not telling his significant other about it, he used it to buy one of those fancy schmancy purses you're talking about, Clay.
Yeah. I wanted to go in Lululemon and get me some tights. That's what I wanted to do. I just kept on motoring though.
He would look good in a pair of Lulu tights.
A lot of things to do, and
just don't wear them to work here.
I went and bought me some fishing
box.
caps from the Orvis shop. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Are you, Clay? Are you going to go to the game Wednesday night, 8:00, ESPN2?
I don't know.
Texas?
I'm coming to Fayetteville this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to make 2 trips to Fayetteville
That's
this week.
past Clay's bedtime.
Yeah.
8:00 tips aren't made for Clay Henry.
Was it Charlotte? Charlotte this weekend in Ball Market.
I would definitely, for the 8:00 games, I'd definitely take a 2:00 nap.
Ooh.
I was going to say, they're not made for Ty Richardson either.
Me either.
It's the second half of any basketball game this season at 8:00. I have to, turn the volume up extremely loud just to stay up. Not that the games aren't entertaining. It's just kind of where they set on my just where in my psyche, I guess.
I'll tell you the bad part. Just think about it in these terms. So we got back to our hotel room Saturday night at 10:30 or whatever, and Arizona and BYU are just tipping off.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Of course, that's
I did watch a little bit of that.
Did you see the chant the Arizona AD had to apologize for? Bleep the Mormons.
Yeah.
The students.
I want to tell you, I think the 3 referees were Mormon because they got some calls down the stretch. BYU
Yeah,
did.
they won. I guess they won that game, yeah.
If 8:00's too late, be sure and download the Hit That Line Now app delivered by Taco Bell, where you can satisfy your daytime cravings with a Cantina chicken menu. You can do that and line up today for that. You can listen with your AirPods in, and hopefully your heart will be racing because of the victory Arkansas is on.
I got my AirPods, Tommy, this weekend.
Finally get them?
Yeah, I finally got them.
But
you carry them in your Gucci clutch.
Do they work?
It does.
Hopefully.
Hey, it's Hot Take Monday, brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Employee pricing on all the top brands of new and used RVs, plus sub-25 models. Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. All that employee pricing right now at Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale.
Back at the number one fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback, the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about? Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time. It's baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need. Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need. We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion. Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help. Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's Facebook. The website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com. Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486. Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs. This is the Morning Rush.
Matching down payments up to $1,500 at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Tons of things going on, but when you can double your down payment and maximize your tax refund right now, this is the time to buy at Harry Robinson.
Yes, and Tommy, I mean, this matching down payments, it helps you in so many ways. If you've got a little bit of negative equity, it eliminates all that negative equity. If you're worried about your interest rate, it's going to buy you just a little bit less of an interest rate. It helps you in so many ways. And not only that, we're discounting these remaining 24 F-150s up to $13,000 off. So if we match your down payment and do $13,000 off, you're talking about $16,000 in savings on a new F-150.
These deals won't last forever, only through the end of the month.
Yes, it's only until the end of the month. It's Ford Truck Month. So come and see us at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford.
1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw, and online at harryrobinson.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovation to the River Valley.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Ready to explore beyond the beaten path? Discover the Range Rover lineup at Land Rover of Little Rock. Experience handcrafted luxury with the capability to take on any adventure. The elegant Range Rover offers unmatched performance and first-class luxury. The Range Rover is built for every journey. Visit Land Rover of Little Rock today and explore our incredible Range Rover selection. Plus, take advantage of our promotions and recently revamped service department. Visit us at 25 Colonel Glenn Plaza Drive or log on at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will be in and out of the clouds. Our high temperatures this afternoon into the lower 60s. Clear skies overnight, dropping down upper 30s to near 40. Tuesday, right back to sun, a high upper 60s to near 70, and we could see a few showers on Wednesday. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3.
I unfortunately agree with Colton. I think the Tigers are going to sweep the Razorbacks in the season series.
10 seconds to go. Dennis Gates says don't foul. The crowd's on its feet, and Arkansas is going to win the game. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. That is it. Arkansas has beat Missouri 92-85.
We see one of the best atmospheres of the year.
No.
Can I just tell the fans how much I appreciate what you did for this team today? And
that was a very enjoyable game, and I appreciate it.
If we don't finish 500, I think we still will make the tournament.
Shout out to the Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush.
I love being wrong as long as the Arkansas Razorbacks win. Boy, was I wrong Friday as the fans showed out, the team showed out, and Kyle talked about it after the game. Not just this team, but you're pretty resilient too.
This team's resilience to just keep playing, to keep fighting, to lose a game and another game. But you know who else has to have resilience? You all. You have to have resilience, and you've stuck with this team to come here and do this today. We needed that edge.
Evidently, I didn't abide by the sign that's sitting above my office that just says believe. It's the old Ted Lasso sign and methodology that Colton gave to me. I did not believe in this team, did not believe in this fan base, and I was wrong. And I'm glad I'm wrong because now you're
What was that last part? My headphones broke up there.
Todd Richardson, for the billionth, zillionth, millionth time, was wrong on the Morning Rush.
That's plenty right there.
By the way, happy birthday.
Yeah, I heard that loud and clear.
Yeah. I got to wish a few people happy birthday real quick, including my own father who turned 63 today. And,
happy birthday,
Baylor
Brad.
Bad news, though. He's running fever and a chest cough. And for those that don't know, my dad doesn't complain about anything, and he doesn't ever, like, even when he's sick, he just kind of throws it, like, he's just like, I'm just going to work or do whatever. He's going to the doctor today, which he never does. So hopefully it's nothing major.
You just spend your birthday.
Baylor Brad, who turned 63. Same birthday as Floyd Mayweather Jr., Phil Knight, and former Arkansas Ryder Cup captain Zach Johnson. So
former what Ryder Cup?
Captain.
Okay, I thought you said Arkansas Ryder Cup.
Did I say Arkansas?
I think you did.
Did I? Ryder Cup captain.
You know what else? You know where his first tournament win occurred?
And I guess in Arkansas. I just don't know where.
You want to take a guess?
I'm assuming you're going to tell me Hardscrabble Country Club.
Hardscrabble Country Club, yes, sir.
Okay.
Zach Johnson won his first. It was, I believe, the Nike tour or nationwide, the nationwide tour at that point. And he won there, and then went on just a few years later to win the Masters.
I still can't believe my dad's 63, and I'm 30. So I guess it's just like, I guess as your father gets older, you age too. I guess that's how that works. But it's pretty amazing that he's 2 years away from Social Security. I think he has
Should I go ahead and ask him? How old was your dad when he had you? I knew it'd stump him. This isn't a trick question.
I think I got married at 29. What's 63 minus?
He said he was 63.
63
How
minus
old
30,
are you?
33. Is that right?
It shouldn't take that long to compute.
It's right. That's right. 33, right? I get mixed up like when he got married and with my mom and then like 33, right? Is that right?
Yes.
It is, right? Okay.
Simple math.
Wait,
63
it's
minus
10:03. I don't want to do math. I want to
Uh,
talk about this win on Saturday night. I want to talk about the baseball team this weekend.
Hot Take Mondays brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. The best brands like Grand Design, Forest River, Brinkley, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff all have employee pricing right now, and some select 2025 models have employee pricing. This is good on all new and used, so and those select 25. So check this out right now. Plus, you still get the lifetime warranty on every new RV sold at Wheels RV. Employee pricing exclusively at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale.
So I think the biggest question I have following the win is about health concerns with Adu Thero, who did not play at the latter part of that game. Arkansas was able to end up getting the W regardless, but his health is a concern. Cal, at the very end of the press conference, got asked about it. He basically just said it's his back. I know that Big Z and his other teammates appreciated Adu playing through the pain.
Adu, he's a beast, Even when he's not 100%, he still made, a couple M1s. He had, a couple blocks maybe, rebounds. He always helped no matter what, even if he's not 100%. So good to have him.
You've already got a shortened rotation with Boogie Flandau. I don't know if this is something where he can't play on Wednesday. We'll get the SEC updated injury report tomorrow when it comes to Arkansas and Texas guys who will be suiting up, guys who are probable or might not play. But I think that's the biggest question I have this morning is what's his status? Because I'll go back to what I've said all year. He's the most consistent player for your Arkansas basketball team.
Well, and the fact that they overcame that hamstring injury or whatever it was at the end of the game, and him, I know he came back in, but him missing minutes in critical crunch time, I thought might be the difference maker in the outcome of that game. And, the way Davis stepped up, the way Z had that block towards the end, the team, gathered together to kind of fill in the gap for him.
Yeah.
And I think Billy Richmond and Carter Knox are both playing phenomenal right now for couple freshmen that are maturing into sophomores.
Listen to these stats from Carter Knox. The basketball team put this out. His last 4 games, he's shooting 78% from the field, 65 for 3, and is averaging 12 points a game. So he's doing it in a very efficient manner. He's also a tough guy to get around on the defensive end, being the 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", whatever he is. So him and Billy still occasionally goes, what they call him, the road runner. I think Chin Coleman called him that, where he literally gets on a fast break and it's just not going to pass the basketball. And at times that works. Other times it results in a turnover or him taking an ill-advised shot. But it has been encouraging to watch both of those two guys grow and blossom in various stretches and occasions of the game. Again, hopefully for Adu, it's not anything substantial when it comes to his injury and his prognosis and timeline coming back. As bad as it's been for Arkansas football against the Missouri Tigers since they joined the SEC, you've got 2 wins against them, 2015, 2021. You've won 9 of the last 12 against them in basketball, which is, again, pretty successful. And this is a basketball program that, again, went 0-18 last year, and Dennis Gates might win Coach of the Year this year based on the turnaround and everything else. They were missing Josh Gray in this game, which is something that I don't think we can overlook. You got out-rebounded on the glass, and they didn't have their starting center, so just wonder what that would look like if he was playing. Nevertheless, you, again, got a quad 1 win. You've got now 4 of them on the season, and Joe Lenardi's got you in the in his last 4 when it comes to his NCAA tournament projections with maybe, and again, you said it earlier, there is no easy stretch in the Southeastern Conference, but when you look at Arkansas's Final 4 games versus some other teams in this league, you definitely have a less difficult schedule down the stretch relative to some other SEC opponents.
Yeah. So I like the fact you got at home. Mississippi State doesn't appear to be playing their best brand of basketball. Hopefully they don't get it figured out in the next week. So I like kind of where you're at right now.
And they lost to Oklahoma after winning a game, I think, midweek against a ranked opponent, which didn't make any sense. But that's the SEC. Texas goes on the road and loses to the Gamecocks this week. And we'll get into more than that in your SEC update. But it's just kind of odd to see how things have shaken out within this conference, kind of back and forth and whatever else. And the big difference in this game is Arkansas's ability to get to the free throw line. 37 free throw attempts for the Razorback. They outscored Missouri by 16 points in the paint wise, and that was the exact opposite what happened in that first game in Columbia. They were the aggressor. Missouri settled on a lot of threes, particularly in that second half, and Grill and some of those other guys were definitely not shooting with the same pace that they were in the first half. And that also, you got to give credit to Arkansas defensively, which hasn't, for the most part, hasn't been the biggest issue of this team this year. And occasionally pop up here and there where you lost the game because of defensive efforts. But once again, they had a good show. And I know that Missouri ended up with 80-plus points with, 85 on the night. But still a good showing in the second half when you look at the percentages that forced Missouri into shooting Saturday.
Hey, Friday, we'll do our Fence Fan Friday picks plus recap the ones we have from the weekend. I took a lot of home teams. I think I did okay in SEC play. So we'll talk about that coming up Friday. If you need anything this week, and the weather's going to be so much better, to have the Fence Man out for a custom quote for your project at home or work, the Fence Man can do it one call away, 782-3936, 479-782-3936. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Also got a chance to honor the 1990 Final Four team at halftime, which was a really cool moment for those in attendance. Oliver Miller was not there. He's unfortunately dealing with a pretty severe sickness right now. Lee Mayberry was coaching that morning for his team, so he was not there as well. But pretty much everyone else there. The loudest ovation when Coach Richardson, like some people were already standing, but that place when Coach Richardson's name was announced, Tommy, everyone at that moment immediately stood up, and Coach Anderson got a really loud applause, as did Arkansas's all-time leading scorer Todd Day, who was kind enough to join us last week. But that place erupted when they announced Coach Richardson there at halftime.
And as it should. Names on the court as it should be, and it's long overdue for this team to gather back together, and unfortunately they couldn't all be there, but that's the team that really set the table for what became one of the great 5 or 6 year stretches in college basketball between 1990 and 1995.
Cal was talking about the team dinner the night before after the game, and there's a clip that Razorback Basketball posted of Coach Richardson messing with Todd Day a little bit, and I think it's worth the listen.
And when I think of the word "my bad," I think of Todd again. And the reason that is because he was the leading scorer in the history of the school. One night I yelled at him to get him out. You know, his face started frowning and everything. So he goes sit down, and the game goes on. I ignore him. Every time he get a chance, somebody move in, he move up the chair. So he could get next to me. So finally he got to be next to me. And he, hey, Coach, do you think I can get a few of these minutes? I said, no. Coach, can I? I said, my bad.
So that was probably one of the many great stories that were told at that team dinner on Friday prior to that game Saturday night. And it was good, like, so to have the significance, and I know this wasn't the same team, but Bud Walton Arena, you think about how it became what it is today, and it was in the 90s in that stretch that you talked about. I mean, think about that initial TV game.
Historic telecast, the first national television for this brand new building, and Bud Walton giving $15 million of the $32 million necessary to build the building.
I just thought that was a cool tie-in when you think about that opponent being Norm, I guess, Stewart in the Missouri Tigers. I get that right.
Norman.
And how that game concluded. Just cool to see the significance of that moment and playing against the same opponent all these years later, now a part of the SEC.
Yeah, and Arkansas warm out. They had one game before. That was, like I said, the first big television night. And I remember they brought the spirit of Barnhill in there, like this crystal bowl or vase or whatever, and tried to release the spirit. I think that was a nice symbol. But and for a long time, that building was every bit as imposing as Barnhill ever was. So that was great to see.
Do also want to mention Friday we did the Miracles and Magic Mediathon, and I was texting one of our coworkers, Jen, this morning. Because of you, ESPN Arkansas was able to raise just on our own $20,000+, and just to parallel it last year to this year. Last year we raised slightly under $10,000, and we hit 20+ this year, and that does not include the different sponsors that we had throughout the day that were doubling y'all's efforts. So that 20,000 is probably closer to 30 based on the power hours at 8 a.m., 12 p.m., and 5 p.m. during the morning rush, halftime, and Ruskin and Zach as well. They have not got the full projection of numbers, I don't believe, just yet over the course of the several media entities that helped out on this. But if I had to guess, based on our numbers, that we helped reach and hopefully surpass that $205,000 mark that Arkansas Children's Northwest had its eyes set on to achieve this goal.
And if you couldn't do it on Friday, I think the links and the giving is still open through the end of the month. So not too late. If you give on the Morning Rush link, it will still count towards the team total here. And big shout out to Ruskin and Zach because they did a tremendous job with this during the afternoon, and they raised, I think their show alone raised $13,000. So great job by those guys on Friday afternoon, and it's a great cause, and I'm glad we're a part of it each and every year.
Got a text from our buddy Alan in Alma. He's wondering if there's any tickets available Wednesday night. I am kind of curious. I know Cal was really pushing it. He joked about bringing Daryl Hawkins back for the shoot around again on Wednesday. And was talking to the fan base after the game on his radio show. It's like, hey, or on the post game, I should say. It's like, hey, we need y'all back on Wednesday night. Don't think there's going to be any snow or any other ailments that affect this other than it just being a late weeknight. But after that win on Saturday, I am curious to see what kind of crowd we have on Wednesday night against the Texas Longhorns, being that it is Texas that's coming into town, and you got a chance to sweep the team.
Yeah. So I think the fact that it's Texas, what's worse, the 11 a.m. start in football or the 8 p.m. start in basketball midweek?
I would say that the 8 p.m. is just really, really tough on people when you think about the various parts of our state where people come from the south, the east, even to a certain extent, like just coming from the River Valley or north central Arkansas, where add an hour and a half or whatever it is to just get back home. I mean, you're getting home around midnight, and most people are going to work at 8 a.m. the next day. So it's just kind of taxing on people, I should say, Colton, when you do that. But it's the Cal effect.
I was going to say, fellas, y'all are going to be struggling next week when there's a game at 9 p.m.
Yeah. 9 p.m. Central Time, taking on the Vanderbilt Commodores Tuesday night. So that's the lone 9 p.m. game you have this season. But yes, being that game is probably going to conclude about 11:15, 11:30. You're just hoping you win that. Vanderbilt, by the way, if I remember correctly, they beat Ole Miss this weekend by 5, so that was a big win. You're kind of watching and seeing what the other SEC teams are doing. You're 11th right now in the Southeastern Conference. I know Tommy, you asked us the question, and we all said no. I mean, do you feel that drastically different that this team's going to make the tournament now based on that win alone against Missouri? I mean, based on what your schedule is now, I don't think I know you said they were going to win, but you still had us out of the tournament, as did I. I mean, I think I feel a little differently this morning at 10-16 after that win.
Yeah, but you got to go beat Texas now. I mean, you're stepping in the right direction, but you're not to the finish line yet. Do I feel better? Yes. Because honestly, if you'd lost to Missouri, I don't know how much more there is to talk about. But South Carolina, like you mentioned, got its first win. I don't think that's going to be an easy game. You got to, beating Vanderbilt would go a long ways as well. Running the table, I think you go to Nashville, and you might even be in that one of those top 8 seeds. What is it? Top 8 get the first day off, but you're going to have to run the table in order to do that. I think if you're in that group, you got nothing to worry about when you get to Nashville.
Yeah, if you can play on Thursday rather than having to suit up and play Wednesday night, that would definitely help you out. But you've got an uphill battle. I think in order to do that, you're 2 games back. Kentucky and I believe Mississippi State are both at 7-7, so a long way to go when it comes to getting back. Baseball wise, this weekend you get 2 of 3 against a combination of Kansas State, TCU, and also Michigan, which you were up 8-1, ended up being an 8-6 game. You lose to K-State 3-2 on Friday night. TCU get 2-1. And then also, like I said, you could beat Michigan 8-6, and it was really the Alloy brothers that were the big story from the weekend.
2-1 pitch. Alloy drives it the other way down the right field line. If it's fair, it could get out of here. It's off the fair pole. Behiba Alloy hit it off the fair pole. He missed first base. He'll trot back, touch the bag, and trot around the bases with his third home run of the season off the big yellow pole in right field. And the Hogs are up 8-1.
And again, a raucous Razorback centric crowd on over not just Saturday or Friday. I mean, over the weekend. What would you say? You probably had 2/3, 3/4 of the crowd in Globe Life. Good, a decent.
I know. Yesterday when they pulled the starter, when Arkansas ran the starter for Michigan, you could hear with Phil just how loud the hog calls were in the background of his radio call.
I think a lot of us have questions. I was talking about Adu Thero's injury. I know the biggest injury concern you have this morning with your starting pitching or just the team overall is Gage Wood, and Dave talked about him a little bit after the game.
No, it's right in his shoulder, but it's kind of a different spot. We got an MRI set for them all, but the doctor's still good about it.
Don't know if we'll get an update from Dave Van Horn later on this week when it comes to Gage, who's been inserted for this season into the starting lineup as your third guy. But that is the one that you kind of look at a little bit, and you're hoping that nothing bad comes out of it. Make sure if you did subscribe to Flow Sports, Flow College, whatever it was that you canceled this weekend, I workarounds you can always find. And I know several Morning Rush listeners that were just watching the game on YouTube. People that were twitching it or streaming it in another way this weekend. It always seems to happen this time of year when it comes to anything that's streaming wise. But if you haven't done so already, if you forgot to do so, you don't want to get charged next month or months after that. Make sure to cancel that subscription. I know we had a lot of people. I mean, Tommy, this has to be. I know Chuck always talks about the big radio weekend in football is the first weekend in the Deer Stand, but I mean this would have to be one of the top baseball listen weekends on the radio, just based on people don't want to subscribe for Flow Sports.
And Saturday night wasn't readily available on the radio because we had basketball, so there was a direct conflict for that as well. But you're right, and there'll be more games like this where people start moving around and getting out in the evenings a little bit more and. Doing outdoor stuff as the weather gets better in the days. At least the sunlight gets a little bit later in the day coming up as well. Hey, be sure and download the Oaklawn Sports app to your phone with all the exciting March Madness games coming up, with everything, starting to funnel into the end of the postseason here for college basketball. Be sure and get that Oaklawn Sports app for the first 10 days. You get a $100 second chance bet or up to $100. Each of your first 10 days, if your first bet of the day doesn't work out, they will give you a bonus bet of up to $10. Plus, they got some extra action that you can get with an increased 10% odds on parlays with plus 1,000 or more. You could check that out as well. It's the Oaklawn Sports app. Download it in the Apple app or Google Play Store now. Bet with the brand you trust anywhere in Arkansas. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
Got a texter out of Huntsville listening, said 8 p.m. is the freaking worst. I get the whole Cal effect, but everyone plays in better times than us. Duke gets 6 p.m. games. Well, they're on the East Coast. North Carolina, also on the East Coast. It's a killer for the fan base to keep on giving only to get late games. He's a season ticket holder, and he hasn't missed a game all year, but it's wearing him out with late games. Listen, I get it. Television is the, master of when it comes to game times and dictates when you play and whatnot. And to a certain extent, you kind of sacrifice the fan enjoyment from having these games later on. And for this listener who lives in Huntsville, what do you think Huntsville is? An hour and a half, hour 45 from Fayetteville at least?
Huntsville,
if not
Arkansas?
more. Yeah.
Oh,
more.
no, it's under an hour.
Under an hour? Okay, well, either way, getting back as late as this guy or gal probably does is not the best, but that's just kind of where you are with television and the contracts and everything.
Well, we made it easy. I mean, what do you want, the money? Or do you want the fan? You'd love to have both. But when you have 19,200 seats, it takes a Saturday to probably fill that. But it's just part of what goes along with it. But that check every year from the SEC office.
It still cashes.
That's what you're trading in. So
still
not bad.
Cashes. All right. Well, it is a Hot Take Monday. It's brought to you by our friends at Wheels RV. What is your hot take from the weekend? Do you feel like Arkansas is definitively in the NCAA tournament? Do you have a way out of their thought about this baseball team through 7 games of the season? Maybe something else happened this weekend, sports-wise or out of sports, that you feel hot about, that you feel like strongly about. Jump in here with us, 877-377-6963. We've got our SEC update coming up next.
You're listening to the Morning Rush on a Hot Take Monday, presented by Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Do you need to go to a break right now?
This is the Morning Rush.
It's the Salesman Showdown. Harry Robinson, Saddlesaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesaw. Troy, you and your team love to have fun. Y'all are having a little fun with each other this month. Little competitive juices flowing here at Harry Robinson.
Definitely. You know, I told the team, I wanted to see some energy. I wanted to throw something out there to see a little extra hustle from them. So, you know, this is the Salesman Showdown. They are competing to earn your business. First place prize wins a vacation, a gift card. We're giving away some big TVs, some big tool sets, some gift cards. So come down here and see us at Harry Robinson Saddlesaw Ford. You're really going to see the difference in your salesman right here. We want to earn your business.
And you've got aggressive with the pricing to make it happen.
Yes, you know, up to $13,000 off remaining 24 F-150s, up to $10,000 off remaining 24 Expeditions. And the big key thing, Tommy, here, we can't forget this, is we're going to match your down payment up to $1,500.
It's all going on. Harry Robinson, Saddlesaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesaw.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy. A cooler stocked with Bud Light. And you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Golf Nut is thrilled to introduce new products for 2025, including Cobra Dark Speed Adapt Woods and Irons, King G440 Woods and Irons, and TaylorMade QI35 Woods. Lab putters, including the latest OZ model, are also available. Whether you want to improve your swing or enjoy the game, the Golf Nut offers a range of options. Book a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators and experience golfing greatness. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue for your ultimate golfing destination.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC. Battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at greatamericanconference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
To $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Saturday in February. Three-pointer from Lanier, his first points since halftime.
Wow. Chaz Lanier hit, 8 threes in that game on Saturday, Colton. He was unbelievable. As Tennessee goes on the road in College Station, knocks off the Aggies 77-76, to 69, probably the biggest win of the weekend. Auburn keeps on rolling. They defeat Georgia by 12. Florida goes to Baton Rouge, gets a 14-point win. Bama bounces back, beats Kentucky by 13. Oklahoma gets a big victory at home. Tommy gets Mississippi State, finally gets a much-needed win for Porter Moser. Vanderbilt, one of those bubble teams that you're competing against, they beat Ole Miss at home. Nashville, tough place to play this season. Mark Byington's done a great job. They win by 5. Carolina beats Texas, wins by 20 or 15, I should say, as they get their first conference win of the season. And then your Arkansas Razorbacks, of course, defeat the Missouri Tigers 92-85 and are sitting at 11th place in this conference right now. So, the best team in the league, Auburn. South Carolina finally gets that monkey off their bat, which, Tommy, I'm kind of appreciative of because you play them this weekend. And I know that, again, they've been in some tight games, close games, but I'm just glad that they finally got that off because you didn't want that to be you on Saturday, be their first SEC win.
Yep, and we'll see if they get on a roll. I'm worried a little bit like they'll be shot up with extra confidence here, but that's a critical game to win.
I don't know if you guys saw the incident in the Oklahoma game where Duke Miles lost some teeth. He's diving for a loose ball. Did you guys see that?
No.
He just had several teeth on the
that was
floor.
Gruesome.
Yeah, it was very gruesome.
God.
It was tough to watch. Last thing here in your SEC update, saw Rick Pitino was talking about the Indiana job, which is set to be open at the end of the year after Mike Woodson. He's talking about Chris Beard being the only logical choice for Indiana to hire its next coach. Ole Miss is not a traditional basketball powerhouse. I'd be honestly, outside of Marshall Henderson, I don't know a lot of Ole Miss basketball history when it comes to that school, but I am curious to see if Beard or some of these other SEC jobs, SEC guys end up looking at that Indiana job, which again is set to open at the end of the season. I know Indiana hasn't had the same success as it once did under Coach Knight, but that is an intriguing job, and it's got Big Ten money, which is what kind of the dynamic we talked about in the ACC and the Big 12. There is a solid conference there when it comes to money coming in, year out.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be looking for jobs if I had a good situation where I was at. They didn't want to fire me. They didn't want to run me off. I wouldn't be looking for any jobs outside of those two leagues right now.
All right, that is your SEC update here on a Hot Take Monday.
And it's brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, called Jackie Mock. 479-769-1505. They now have 2 locations, Fort Smith, also in Sallisaw, right across from the courthouse to take care of anyone and everyone that may have a legal need in LaFleur or Sequoyah County. Jackie's got over 13 years of experience, and family law is her specialty. If you've heard her commercials, you know that dealing with divorce and alimony and custody issues have always been one of her specialties, but car wreck and personal injury accidents, dog bite cases, you wouldn't think about those, but those are some things that she deals with on a regular basis. And she understands that you don't have $5,000 sitting around for a retainer or these big high fees. So they got flat rate fees, affordable monthly payments, and affordable down payments to make sure that you get the representation you need. 479-769-1505 for Mock Legal Solutions, or go to mocklegalsolutions.com.
All right, a couple of holidays to rattle through. It's National Tortilla Chip Day. What is the best dip on a chip? You can pick out anything right now. I say queso.
Yeah, got to be cheese dip.
That's the one
I'll say guacamole just to be different.
To be different.
But I would probably, a really good salsa is hard to beat.
All right. It's also National Trading Card Day. One of my friends told me this weekend that he found a card worth $2,000 in the latest thing that he just bought. So he's going to sell this thing for $2,000. My roommates, they enjoyed trading cards and stuff. I remember when, like, back in the day when I had baseball and basketball and football cards. It's been probably 20 years since I kept up with this stuff, but there's still a lot of money to be made when it comes to trading cards, and people that want to keep them, want to hoard them, want to trade them, and it's still, I didn't realize it. I didn't think it'd be popular in 2025, but here I am proven wrong once again.
I don't have a single card from when I was a kid. If I do, I don't know where it's at. And I don't know that I had anything worth anything.
I think I have one Brett Favre card in my memory box, just a collection of a lot of stuff my mom and dad have given me over the years. But I can't think of, like, at one point in time, I had a booklet filled with them. And I don't know if it got lost in the moves or if it eventually got given away or sold at a garage sale or something like that. But Colton, don't have, kind of like Tommy, I can't think of any cards that I've had outside of that Brett Favre card in my house.
Well, like you, I had them organized in a booklet by team, sorted by year. I like to do it. I like to collect. And a couple of years ago, 23-year-old me thought that 11-year-old me was a really savvy card collector and had a lot of really valuable stuff that he had acquired. I had nothing worth any value. And
all these years later.
It was disappointing. But some of them, maybe if those players turn out okay, they might be pretty good. I have some that have been given to me as presents, like memorabilia, and they're just cool to have on display. But, they don't come with bubble gum anymore, so they're not very practical.
Oh, I don't know if anyone collected Razorback greats over the years card-wise of maybe Todd Day making it to the NBA, Lee Marbury, or who or anyone else. But anytime you have a pro hog that makes it to the next level, you're happy for them, obviously, and you also kind of want to collect memorabilia or cards and in some cases. I know, I think my friend says I think it's a Milwaukee Bucks Todd Day card. I think that's the one he has, if I remember that off the top of my head right. But did get a chance to see the 90 Final Four team in this weekend and anyone else. And I want to go back to something that we kicked around.
Hang on, I want to ask a question, though, because I have a box. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the company, actually. A box of cards. Bunch of collectible cards.
Sports-wise? Or
yes, sports cards. Where would I take those to get someone to look at them and tell me what if anything, they're worth?
There's definitely somewhere up in Northwest Arkansas that grades those cards. I guarantee. I'm sure if someone listening probably knows.
Do they
as
charge
well,
you to look through them, or how do you go about that?
There is
How do you know they're not going to take the good stuff out and say, it's all junk? Because there's thousands of them in this box.
I wonder if you'd have to look it up one by one just to verify whatever they're telling you to be accurate and true. Because like you, some people
Who do you trust?
swindle.
So I can't stand there for 2 or 3 days while they go through them, or however they do it. I don't know how they do it. It's a big old box of cards, though.
And it's a combination of all sports.
I need to look through it.
Well, it could be worth some money. Tell you what, if they're worth thousands of dollars, you can divvy it up to the staff here at ESPN Arkansas as
that's called payroll twice a month.
Hard-working 2020.
We do that already twice a month. It's called payday.
25 bonus. Alan in Alma says he has a lot of Mickey Mantle cards from his childhood. Chad Texarkana said there are card shops like you were talking about, Cole.
But who do you trust?
Or card shows. I don't just get
See where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to give you this box.
Surely
I don't know how much money's in it. You count the money, and then I'll come back in a few days and you tell me how much money was in there.
Surely you have a nerdy friend that still does this to this day, like I do.
Well, you're my nerdy friend. I was hoping you could help me out.
Not when it comes to this stuff. I'm nerdy in other areas, in other regards, but not.
All you do is sit around and read books and dictionaries and encyclopedias. I figure you know all about
It's a wonder I haven't accumulated more knowledge when it comes to my free time. But I did play golf for the first time in a while this weekend. Probably got some weather. The weather is actually turning for the better here in the next few days, which is nice. I hope it stays that way. But knowing Arkansas and knowing our climate from time to time, I doubt it's going to end up staying like this.
Exactly. And speaking of that, winter might be downtime for some, but it's uptime for savings at WT Equipment in Springdale. For a limited time, choose between 0% financing or cashback offers on New Holland Workmaster Utility Series tractors. Plus, you can enjoy New Holland's 60-month, 2,000-hour Premier Protection Plan. This includes at no extra cost all the savings and all the benefits you'll get from it. So don't miss out on these winter exclusive deals. They're going on now through March the 31st at WT Equipment in Springdale. Call for the details, 479-442-8284, or go to WTEquip.com.
Let's go on a run. I'm telling you, I had a team that did not get it going, Kenny, until what, March?
Yeah.
And then we ended up in the national championship game.
He was referring to that 2014 team that beat my, at the time, national championship pick, Wichita State, and they did go on to the championship and lose to UConn. But again, that's the vibe right now around this basketball team is let's go on a run. Let's get that first 3-game win streak for the first time since December. Let's capitalize on a lesser stretch than we've had for the majority of the season when it comes to the teams you're playing in these Final Four. And I think the confidence level of you as a fan is a lot higher than it has been at any juncture of the season, maybe outside of that win over the Michigan Wolverines, who, by the way, is also an NCAA tournament team. So you think about the wins that you've got, just when you look at the resume, neutral side to get Michigan, on the road against Kentucky. You finally got that home win we've been talking about in Missouri. There's one other quad win in there that I'm just forgetting at the moment. Maybe it's Texas on the road. But either way, you've got several of these games remaining. And Tommy, I need to check on South Carolina, but I know they were hovering around 90 in terms of net. I don't know if it's going to reach within the top 75 for a quad 1, but the very least it'll be a quad 2 chance this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah. All right, we'll have the game Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, plus Hog Reaction following right here on ESPN Arkansas on the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. Hey, we're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. 870-431-5202 is their number. Call Gaston's for your reservation. And here's the thing I love when I call Jacob or Cheryl or any of the fine folks at Gaston's. Who's coming? What are their ages? What kind of trip you want to have? Are we fishing, half days, full days? You need restaurant reservations. They go through it and they put together the perfect plan for you and your group to make it easy, to fit into the budget you've got, plus make sure all the amenities and everything you need for your trip are perfectly set up for you. 870-431-5202. Follow the prompts there. Talk to the reservation desk at Gaston's White River Resort. And, oh, by the way, ask about winter rates. Got a little bit longer to save some money on lodging at Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
It's Hot Take Monday on the Morning Rush. Hot Take Monday is brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
For decades, the Rebel Crawfish has been a tackle box staple. But now, get ready for the next generation. Introducing the all-new Rebel Matte series of Rebel Crawfish. 4 all-new ultra matte colors that eliminate glare and enhance realism, mimicking a natural crawfish like never before. The same iconic shape and swimming action, but now with a stunning matte finish. Upgrade to the all-new matte series of Rebel Crawfish today at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Dick's Sporting Goods, and local tackle shops everywhere. Rebel. Catch fish anywhere.
If I talk like this, it doesn't mean I'm mad. I'm talking loud. If I'm mad, I'm going to let you know I'm mad.
This is the Morning Rush. Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford wants to buy or trade for your vehicle today, and they will give you top dollar. Pre-owned car values are at historic all-time highs, and your car today is worth more than it ever will be again. If you are driving a 2013 model or newer with 120,000 miles or less, bring it to Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford, and they'll give you more than any other dealer. Even if you don't want to buy a new car, they'll still buy yours. Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cabe, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
Dozy Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game.
ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Hero in the corner, and Visic is open. Three-pointer good. And Visic with his first three of the night. Way to play Big C. Oh, yeah.
All right, how about that bounce back from Zvonimir Visic? After going over 10 against the Auburn Tigers earlier in the week, he ends up with 20 points on 6 of 8 shooting. Encouraging for him to do what he did. Part of Arkansas's 92-85 victory over the Missouri Tigers on Saturday night, getting them hopefully on the right side of the bubble for now prior to them playing Texas Wednesday.
How long could we survive around here without electricity or water?
Probably not long.
Internet? Or a website.
A day?
Or a website. You know, your website kind of fits into that category. A website for a business is like a utility. You know, it's just one of those things. It's just the cost of doing business, and you got to have it every month. Modular Orange can help you write, design, launch, host, secure, and keep up to date your website for your business for just $95 a month with no upfront cost or additional fees. You can focus on building your business and let Modular Orange focus on building your website. $95 a month is the cost. Their phone number is 479-755-3043. That's 755-3043, or go to modularorange.com for details.
So we've got the NWA Home Show this upcoming Friday, and Kat Anderson is the executive officer of the Northwest Arkansas Home Builders Association. And Kat, I'll just kind of let you start. What do you have going on this upcoming weekend?
Yeah, thanks for having us. So this weekend is the annual NWA Home Show. It is at the Rogers Convention Center. Starts Friday at 10 a.m. Friday and Saturday it goes from 10 to 5. Sunday is noon to 5. The Northwest Arkansas Home Builders Association puts this event on every year, and it's extremely popular for anyone interested in updating their home, purchasing a new home, custom building their home, doing partial renovations, whether it's for your front yard, your pool, your landscaping, your interior, if you need new paint, if you need a new roof, if you want to redesign your bathroom or kitchen, or if you're just a home building enthusiast, or if you just want to, get out of the house after a snow day and bring the kiddos. We've got lots of activities for the family as well. Shout out to Window World. They're our title sponsor for this event. We wouldn't be able to do it without them and our other sponsors. And we're going to have tons of prizes and giveaways. We have a mega punch list that if you visit certain booths and get your punch list stamped from them, and then you're entered in to win some pretty big prizes. We have a custom-made chair from the Amish builders who are going to have a booth there. We're going to have a nice little drinks fridge. We're going to have a fireplace from Godfrey and Black. So tons of stuff available. We're giving away smaller prizes every hour on the hour, like gift cards to Lowe's or Walmart or Amazon, Starbucks, all of that fun stuff as well. The kids will have a scavenger hunt that they can do when they get there. Lowe's is doing their build packs. Best Friends Animal Society is going to have puppies there. So, there's just a reason for everyone to come to the home show this weekend.
All right. And like you said, people are looking at a variety of things, whether maybe you don't want to rebuild, but you want to remodel your home and you're looking for the right contractor, or something simple like I need the gutters on my home, or I'm looking for just ideas, maybe just a concept. It's all there for you under one roof.
Exactly. I mean, even building professionals can come and find new suppliers or the latest and greatest in supplies in our local area. So there's genuinely something for everyone. We have over 150 vendors. We've completely sold it out this year. It's our biggest home show yet. And we just really want to get everyone to come out. Tickets are only $5, but if you're a senior citizen, if you're active military, if kids 12 and under are free. So all of those people can come just for free, just at the day of and check in.
Hey, real quick, I know outdoor space is huge for people now, from fireplaces and fire pits to pools and just enjoying the outside part of their home. I'm sure you'll have a lot in that category where people can spruce up the outsides of their home.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Whether you want to completely re-landscape or you want to put in a new pool, or you just want to go shopping for a hot tub that fits your space, or just give it a facelift, we have all of the outdoor vendors as well.
All right, it's the Northwest Arkansas Home Show going on this weekend. Again, hours, you said tickets are only $5. Tell people exactly what they need to do to enjoy this show.
Yeah, so if you want to pre-purchase your ticket, you'll be entered in to win a giveaway for an Airbnb stay at a brand new shipping container home in Bella Vista.
There you go, Ty.
And then you'll also be given
Ty's our Airbnb guy.
I love Airbnb.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
This one's really exciting. It's a brand new shipping container home in Bella Vista, and then you'll get 2 free e-bike rentals from Get Miles giveaway. So if you want to go take advantage of all of the bike trails and stuff in Bella Vista and Bentonville, this is a great way to do it.
All right,
and just go to nwahba.com and pre-register for your tickets and be entered into that giveaway.
All right, give us the NWA. Give us the last 3 letters again.
nwahba.com.
Okay. All right, there you go. So get your tickets, info, and get ready for that this weekend. I know we're going to be out there with ESP in Arkansas, so looking forward to that and all the new ideas. So, Kat, appreciate it, and we'll see you at the home show.
Thank you. We'll see you there.
All right, that's all coming up this weekend. Fun stuff. You're a homeowner now, so I mean, this is the kind of deal for you.
A lot of stuff that a lot of stuff that you don't think about as a non-homeowner, and then all the stuff that Kat just presented and that I now think about on a daily basis has definitely entered my ether in mind that I never contemplated before at all.
There you go. There's ways to invest more money in your home is what they're going to show you this weekend. All right, tonight, Coach Cal Live returns.
Yep.
Sassy's, so you can get there for
it's there on Friday.
Another episode,
No Allen.
another edition,
didn't see Allen,
and I think
no.
it'll be fun. Leading up to the Texas game, home game, big home win. So Coach Cal Live tonight, Sassy's off the Weddington exit in Fayetteville. They got the original Red House on College, and then you can stop in tonight for Coach Cal Live tonight at Sassy. I bet you better get there early because it's going to be packed.
Yes.
For tonight's show.
They had the new pork belly. They're not called bites, but just pork belly, and it was a special on Friday. It was really good. So if you hadn't had that yet, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah. All right, it's been a Hot Take Monday brought to you by Wheels RV. Employee pricing through the end of the month on all the big brands, including new, used, and select 2025 models as well. And don't worry, they haven't cut out the lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell. You still get that on every new RV purchased. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, and discover with Wheels RV.
That's going to do it for us here on the Morning Rush. Plenty of baseball and basketball reaction coming up with halftime. Phil Elson, Matt Jones got you the next 3 hours.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection